All right. Now, after achieving this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this. So let me group and give it a name first. Info. So at this point, I'm going to give the header here. So header is going to be services or the service. The service. And choose a nice font. I'm going to change the color to something. Okay. And we have this now. Now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce um, a ribbon to this side. Now, before I introduce the ribbon, let me bring the name so I can say the name of the business. I'm going to type so the business name. The business name comes to this point. And I change the color. Let me use a color from this side and get a nice font. Let me use this. You can have your business name there. So um, right, at this point, I'm going to add some information here and the location. So with the help of my rectangular tool, I'm going to create a shape here. Then I give it a gradient. So I double click this side and go to the gradient. Then give it a nice gradient. Right. At this point, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to introduce a mask to this. So I select my mask. Then with the help of my brush, I'm going to soften the edge this side. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to type the location here. So location. So let's say we are located at Accra. Cycle. Then I change the color to white. Then the size. And I position this on top here. Give it a visible font. I'm going to use a visible font. Alright, so we are able to achieve this now. What I'm going to do is add some text information here. So some small text information this side, and I can do that. So let me use the same information. It is achieved. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to introduce a ribbon, as I said earlier on. So let me put this too. give it a name as location. Then I can send this a little bit up. Then I'm going to place a ribbon. So I go to file and I place an embedded. So I browse the targeted. I want to place this file, scale it a little bit down to this side. This side is okay. Then I'm going to send this. I'm going to send this side back, or I can use the mask to brush the side off. So I can just select, go to the background. That is why I can locate the model, select the model. Then I come back to the shape. Then I create a mask. So I'll have this, then invert my selection. Right, then I have this now. Right, so at this point, let me make this. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce some tools. So, or before I introduce the tool, let me add my contact. So then let me increase it a little bit. So I'm going to increase the size a little bit to say 12. Always okay. Position it. Alright. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce another component. So I go to file, then place another embedded file. I'm going to place this file. I have this file. I'm going to select the main subject. I'm going to use the quick selection tool to do that. So I'm going to select the main subject and the plus to add some selections as well. So here you control the size of the brush. These places are very tiny. This is not a perfect job, but I think this is ideal for the work. I'll come back later to refine the edges and give it a clean shot. So let me just refine it here. Then on the layer mask. Alright, so at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a little bit shadow to this. So I make sure I select that layer. Then I select a brand new layer, place it below. Then with the help of my brush, make sure black is selected. Then I'm going to paint below. This is okay. So it's time for me to do some grouping. So I'm going to group this and this into one as call now. Then group the call now and the contact number as contact info. Then this and this, I group it as tools. Okay, so at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce some tools, makeup tools, to the work. So I go to file, then place an embedded, and I place some of the tools. I'm going to introduce this, then make selection of it. I just want the brush, so make selection of it. Then I mask the selection. So I'm going to transform this (180) somewhere here. Then I scale it up. Somewhere. So I'm going to add another brush. I'm going to duplicate this side. This time around, I'm going to scale it a little bit down. Then I'm going to flip it horizontal to this side. And place it this side. Then add some blur to it. Gaussian blur to it. Shouldn't be more, something little. Right. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the model. So I'm going to introduce some curves to make the model pop. So I select the model, then go to my curves, create a clipping mask, and make sure the model pops. As we can see, it's popping now. Then go back to this one and also give it a little bit of curves to make the image pop. Then I can add some light effect. So let me go to file and place an embedded, and let me add some light effect. So come to the desktop and add some light effect. Then change the blending mode to screen. Right. Add the effect to this side. Right. Make it pop. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop some portion of the work out. So crop just this part out. Okay. Then add some textures. So I'm going to add some textures to the work. So the first texture I'm going to add is to this side. So I select this shape, then I place embedded. So I make sure I place embedded of some of the shapes. So let me place this. And transform it. Then I'm going to create a shape of, there's a masket. Then change the blending mode to multiply. Then reduce the opacity to something low. This is okay. So at this point, I can add some of the light effect here, or add texture layer on top. So let me browse through my downloads. I have some texture overlay. This dotted texture, scale it a little bit down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this. Then I merge it. Then I'm going to change the blending mode of this to multiply, then reduce the opacity, and after reducing the opacity, with the help of my brush, I open a mask and I paint some portions off. So like this portion. So at this point you can decrease the flow of it to something lighter. Some flow, then it's not bad. This portion. Okay. So that is it. That is how the design was created. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And so boom, that is it. That was how I created a design. So at the end you can bring some adjustments. You can take this off. Right. So that is it. That was how the design was created. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe in order not to miss our next video.